Hey everybody, welcome back FOGO family. We are here today and we're gonna do something a little bit different for you. We're gonna cook, but we're gonna concentrate on grill setup today. That's right, I'm gonna show you how to do two-zone, indirect and direct cooking, all on one grill on this Big Green Egg right here. Let's go ahead and get started. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to set up your Big Green Egg for two-zone cooking for reverse searing. We're gonna start with the convector basket. We're gonna add in our cooking grate, our half-moon ceramic stone, and then our stainless cooking grate for the indirect side. We're gonna cook the steak indirect and then finish it off with a flaming hot sear on the direct side. Let's go. All right, now before we get started, there are many different ways to cook a steak. You can cook them direct, you can just, keep flipping method. You can cook it direct where you cook it for 3-4 minutes per side, then flip it. There's lots of different ways to do it. This is gonna be a way that we're gonna reverse sear our steaks. It's called two-zone cooking. It has one side that's indirect, means there's no flames directly under the food, okay? You're cooking it indirect, almost like an oven. Now the other side is gonna be direct. We're gonna let that get really hot once the steak is cooked, and it's gonna flame up, and we're gonna sear that steak at the end. It's gonna be fantastic. This is a great way to cook a thick steak. Your steak should be a minimum of 1.5 inches in order to do a reverse sear. Today, we're gonna be working with this gorgeous, beautiful tomahawk ribeye steak. I got this from my friends at Demkota Ranch Beef. It is a beauty, and it's a beautiful thickness for reverse searing. So this is what we're gonna eat, but we're not concentrating on the steak, we're concentrating on the grill today. The very first thing that we wanna talk about is our charcoal setup. How are we gonna set up our charcoal for indirect grilling? Let's go down here, let me show you. Now we've got the Big Green Egg charcoal basket in here with the divider. You do not need to have this, but it certainly helps. You can just pour your coals in and bank them all on one side, on the direct side, because that's where we're gonna light our fire. Because we're gonna be doing a short cook today, we're gonna be using our FOGO black bag. A black bag is great for everyday grilling. It's the go-to bag for all grilling purposes. All natural, hand-selected, consistent medium lumps. The Inglewood offers the right density for easy lighting and hot burning performance. Now you may have noticed I had some old charcoal left in the bottom of this side and on this side. That's okay. The old charcoal is going to burn perfectly beautiful, especially being that we're going to light this right on top here. Now for our purposes today, I'm not going to use our blazer ball, but what I am going to do is I'm going to take 2 of our all-natural fire starters. I'm going to put them right here, kind of spaced out a little bit, because what we want to do is we want this to heat up, so we're going to cook indirect so it's low and slow. But once that we heat it up, we want to have enough area that we can sear our steak. So spread them out a little bit like that, and we're going to go ahead and light these. Well, now that our coals are lit, we can go ahead and get the grill set up. Again, you can see we don't have a rip-roaring fire here. We just want to cook it like 225, 250 degrees. We're going to put this in here, and put our cooking grate, and we're going to let this come up to temperature. Now remember this, guys, pro tip for you. You always want to heat up your ceramics with the grill. You don't want to get your grill to temperature, put your ceramics in, because it's going to drop the temperature by like 100 degrees. If you heat it up with the grill, you'll be ready to cook as soon as you hit temperature. This has been sitting out for about an hour already now. What I did is I took salt and a little bit of Heath Riles butter garlic and just poured it on here and let this sit on this rack for like an hour beforehand. Does a couple things. A, it allows that seasoning allows the juices to come up out of that meat, grab the seasoning and pull it back in. Through osmosis, you're actually flavoring the center of the meat more. The other thing that it does is it's going to allow it to come to room temperature. It's going to cook a lot more evenly, and it's going to cook a lot quicker too. So there you go. We got the grill at 225 to 250 degrees, so it's time to put our steak on, all right? So we take our steak here. Now, I'm using a tomahawk here. You don't have to use a tomahawk, porterhouse, ribeye, New York strip, whatever kind of steak you want. This happened to be on sale, okay? So that's why I got it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on here. What I like to do is I like to place it with the fat closest to the heat source, okay? So this is where the heat is coming from. I like to place it with the fat side closest to the heat source. It's protecting the meat. So it's just a great way to do it. So we're gonna let this go ahead. We're gonna cook it to about 120 degrees internal temperature. But Ron, wait, you didn't put any smoking blocks in there. That's right, no. So with our charcoal, it's made from dried wood. All it is kiln dried wood. So we're gonna get a little bit of smoke. I don't want an overly smoky steak. I don't care for it. If you want a smokier steak, add some smoking chunks or chips to it. No problem at all. As a matter of fact, let me show you what I got. All right, I got them. Boom. These are our new FOGO smoking chunks. Check them out. We have them in all the flavors. Pecan, mesquite, oak, you name it, we've got it. So if you want to add some smoke flavor to your meats, this is what you want to do. It's available at fogocharcoal.com right now. There's a link down below in the description, because we want to make sure that you barbecue the right way with FOGO. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, guess what? It's that time. We've been cooking this for just about an hour and 10 minutes, and it is ready to go. It's right at 120 degrees. We checked it with our thermometer, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pull this baby off, all right? We'll set it in this little pan here to rest while this heats up. We're gonna leave this open, and let this really get going. We want hot flames. We want to sear this thing crazy hot. So we're going to give it about 10-15 minutes. The good part, it's twofold. It lets us heat up the grill, but we also always want to rest our steak before slicing it, right? Well, guess what? While we're waiting, this is going to sit and rest for 10-15 minutes. Our rest is done. As soon as it's seared, we can take it off, throw it on the cutting board, slice it open, and enjoy this delicious steaky goodness, baby. In order to heat this up now, you can just leave this open, and it's going to take a while, but it will get going really hot. If not, you can use a hair dryer. I use a loofah lighter here. Just put it on the air setting, like that. Stick it in here, and get that fire going rip-roaring hot. All right, our steak is roasted. Our grill is blazing hot. Now, what you notice here is that I took out the cooking grate on this side just because the tomahawk has a long bone, so I want to give it a little bit of room to work with. So all we're going to do now is take this beautiful steak with its built-in handle and drop it directly on the grates to finish it off with a sear. It's going to be sincerely delicious. Ready, folks? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to let this go for about a minute per side. And if you like to, you can see we're getting beautiful grill marks, okay? You can spin it so you put beautiful grill marks on there too. If you really want to get the grill marks good, push down on there too. It'll help us sear the steak. And then once we're set on that, we give it a flip. Look at that. And with that, our steak is done. Look at that. Is that a beautiful thing or what? Now, to the cutting board. Oh, hi, you still back again. Okay, I didn't realize we were back. Guys, this thing looks unbelievable. Only one thing left to do, actually 2 things left to do, carve and taste. So, let's carve. Just cut right down along the bone. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a beautiful thing, I can tell. Now what I like to do is I like to cut the spinalis off. Spinalis is the outside ring, okay? It's also known as the ribeye cap, which is the most flavorful, tender part of a ribeye, okay? So that is what this is. The outside ring is called the spinalis dorsi. There you go. But this is the heart of it right here. This is the main part. So let's see how we did. Oh, I think we did okay. Look at that. Is that just gorgeous or what? I mean, perfectly pink coast to coast. Got a gorgeous char on it. The sear is unbelievable. I think that I'm going to have to make you all jealous right now. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what's amazing to me? Like I said, I salted and seasoned this thing about an hour to an hour and a half before we ever put it on. So I let it warm up on the counter in that rack, and what happens is, like I said, the moisture comes up out of that steak. It grabs all those seasonings and pulls it back in. That is flavor all through this whole entire thing. So if you weren't sure on how to do two-zone cooking, if you weren't sure how to reverse sear, hopefully this video helped you out, okay? We have all kinds of videos like this. So remember, subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to miss anything, you want to learn how to use your grill a better way, you want to know how to barbecue the right way with FOGO, keep paying attention and subscribe to our channel. Not only that, if you like this video and it helped you, give us a thumbs up. Heck, if it didn't help you, give us a thumbs up anyway. We ain't proud. So that's all I've got, guys. Leave me a comment. Tell me how you like to cook your steaks. What's your favorite steak? I want to know, okay? Maybe we'll do a video about it. Anyway, that's everything I got right now. Two-zone cooking, it's the way to do thick steaks. It's the best way I know how to do it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Remember to get out and grill, and I'll see you the next time on the FOGO Life. Captain Ron, out.